Hello everyone, it's Ryan Parish with the Williston Herald and here with your weekly sports roundup. It's been a busy week of sports, starting Monday when the Williston High School girls golf team traveled to Dickinson to compete in the WDA Regional Golf Tournament. Needing to secure a top 6 finish to move on to state, the Coyotes got the job done, finishing in 4th. 3 Coyotes had already qualified for individual state play, and those were senior Whitney Flug, as well as Carrie and Callie Carmichael. A 4th Coyote qualified on Monday when Tiffany Carmichael shot a 91, earning her spot into the state tournament. Carrie Carmichael tied for 3rd at the tournament when she shot an 81, while Callie tied for 6th, shooting an 83. State will be held on Monday when the team travels to Grand Forks. On Tuesday, the Williston High School volleyball team traveled to Mandan, where they lost 3-0. They'll look to find some conference wins this weekend when they host Jamestown on Friday night at 7 p.m. and then travel to Turtle Mountain on Saturday. Also on Tuesday, the Williston Trinity Christian School cross-country team had their best meet of the year in Culbertson, with 5 of the 6 runners recording their best times. The Crusaders' top finishers were Greta Eder, who took 4th, as well as Daniel Cruz, who took 9th, and Isaac Nanya, who took 10th. Coach Brian Eder said that all 6 would have had better times if their 6th runner hadn't come down with cramps. On Wednesday night, the Williston College Tetons volleyball team had another dominant home performance, beating Lake Region State in 3 games. The team remains undefeated at home and only has 1 conference loss so far in the season. They'll face their big rival Bismarck State on Sunday at home and look to get another win after already defeating Bismarck State 3-1 2 weeks ago. Last week, the Coyotes football team fell to Century 41-0. This week, they'll have another tough matchup as they travel to Bismarck High to take on the 4-1 Demons. I sat down with Coach Mock to discuss what the team will need to do to compete this week.
Well, we started better. The week before we played Minot. They jumped out on us right away with 20 points in the first quarter. So that was our big emphasis last week, was start fast. And we did, but we had some things not go our way. 6 turnovers against a good football team, that's what's going to happen. So we got to make sure we take care of the ball and try to take the ball away. It's all shoring up our assignments and understanding what we need to do and what we can't do. And we got to execute. When we have penalties, we're not executing. We're not doing our job correctly. So that's what we've been working on for the past, all season. We got to make sure our jobs are done better.
All right, you guys got another tough one. Bismarck's been doing well this year. What are you guys looking forward to do this weekend?
Partial what we did last week. I know the score didn't end up right, and we did some really good things though. If we went back on film and watched the film, we did some really nice things, and we want to make sure we do that all the time. We changed some things around for our blocking scheme and made sure it was a little easier for the boys. So we're hopeful that we can start fast again and finish well.
It's another busy weekend for Williston sports. Tomorrow, the swim and dive team will travel to Mandan where they'll compete in the duel. They'll stay overnight and on Saturday compete in a varsity invitational. Also on Friday, the Williston cross-country team will travel to Dickinson to compete in a varsity invitational. Tennis will host Mandan on Friday, and then they will host Jamestown on Saturday. Also, the Teton hockey team will kick off their season hosting Brighthurst for a 2-game series. The first game will be at 7:30 on Friday night, with the following game on Saturday at 2 o'clock. That's it for this week in sports. Tune in next week for our homecoming coverage of the Williston High School Coyotes.